Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is your instructor Joy. Thank you very much for your continued support. I really appreciate. Also, please check out my other videos at steamit.com. I'll put the link below, and please remember to click upvote. That's their like button. It doesn't cost you anything, but I get paid, so I truly appreciate if you could do that. So now, the rhythm is something that we all have to work on it, regardless of our level. Beginner, intermediate, and professional level too. It all comes into their own demanding rhythm difficulties. So let's talk about Bach Minuet piece. So here we're talking about a quarter note, which is one beat, and there's the eighth note, and then quarter note again, but with a two up bows. Like that. So now when you played first a tune and then you feel like, or you realize the rhythm sounds wrong, I don't know exactly what's wrong and how can I fix it yet, but I can tell my rhythm is off, and that's already a good stop. If that's the case, and then for now you would put your violin down and then learn to count, and while clapping, or if it helps, you can write it down the counting. So you can count every beat like this. 1, 2, 3. In this case, in this Bach Minuet, we only have 3 beats in a measure, so we'll count only 3. That's one way of doing it. Even better way is if you count every half beat. So every 8th note you would count. So 1 N, 2 N, 3 N. By putting the word end between numbers, you're making sure you're not shortening the whole beat or the entire beat note. Yeah, you can write down 1 and 2 and 3 and below the music, and I find that very effective when I do with my students. I first ask my students when they have new piece to write all the countings right below the note, 1 and 2 and, but number has to match exactly the same line as a note goes. And then after you're done, then I ask my students to count out loud while clapping. And that's where the multitasking starts, because that's what we have to do. We have to count out in our head while playing. And that's difficult to do with a violin, but we're going to simulate that one by clapping the rhythm. But it's very important you count out loud. You think, no, I don't like to count out loud, but I'm counting in my head. But that's not good enough, because if you cannot count out loud while doing that, probably you stopped counting in your head too without realizing it. So be strong to continue to count out loud. That's the only way that you can secure that your rhythm is correct. So let's say we are talking about the same piece of Bach Minuet, which was. So we're gonna, let me first show you what the rhythm would be. The rhythm would be, if I count every half beat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. But if you play while counting out loud, that's too much. So as a first step, I need to put your violin down and then count out loud while clapping like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Yeah, you would do this one multiple times and see exact problem area where you have. But let's say you have a tendency of shortening the long notes here. So this is the way it's supposed to sound. 2 and 3 and. But let's say without wanting, you're shortening the word 1 and 2, 1 and 2, something like that. But then you would clap that one only by putting your violin aside again. 1 and 2 and 3 and find out which notes you rushed without wanting. In this case, second and third beat. Then pick the violin, only that bar, not more than that, so that you can really focus on the problem like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and you would count out loud while playing. Yeah, and this one, counting out loud in general, can be very difficult for the first time. But trust me, once you do that, and when you build that one in your system while you play, this is such a strong tool that it carries on all the way to your advanced level. And it fixes your rhythm like this. yeah? But remember, you have to be strong enough to put your violin down, write down the counting, clap the rhythm, and then work one bar at a time, only those problem area. And then gradually you would increase the amount. Yeah, and then you will soon see how much improvement you can make in a very short time. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again. Bye bye.